Good morning and welcome back to the Fit and Fabulous Show with Emily. Today we're going to be talking about moms unleashed and nurturing the superwoman within. I think we can all agree that moms are incredible and we manage to somehow juggle a million things and still find time occasionally to put ourselves first. The problem with that is it's only occasional. We really need to focus on moms making themselves more of a priority more of the time. And I know a lot of times people are throwing out there that, self-care isn't selfish. But the reality is, like, as much as we can say that to ourselves over and over and over again, there's still that lingering mom guilt in the back of your head that's telling you, oh, but I still feel selfish, that I should be playing Barbies with my kid and not taking 15 minutes to relax in a bubble bath. Or, I should be building Legos, and spending this time on the floor with him and not taking 10 minutes to enjoy a hot cup of coffee. And I think that we need to really focus on changing this mindset that as a mother, it makes us a bad mom if we take those moments for ourselves. I know I like to throw in Bluey a lot, but I remember the episode when Bluey's dad comes home and the mom, Chili, is like, I just need 20 minutes, just 20 minutes with like no interruptions. And she goes and like locks herself in a bedroom. And Bluey and Bingo are struggling because like they want to check on mom. They don't understand why mom is like walked away for 20 minutes. Why dad's trying to keep them away from mom. The neighbor, Wendy, is like, hey, what's going on? And so she helps keep the kids distracted, and Bluey at one point thinks, oh my gosh, I've done something horribly wrong. Like mom hates me. I'm a bad kid. And I think that's where a lot of our mom guilt comes in at, that we're worried that our kids are going to think that they did something wrong, that they are bad children, or that we don't want to be moms. And the reality is, like, just like we need a vacation from a 9 to 5 job to just reset and, relax and take some time for us in motherhood, like we need that same vacation. And there's nothing wrong with that. And we really need to work on normalizing moms taking that 20 minutes at the end of the day to focus on themselves, to unwind, to decompress, and just kind of to everything that's happened in the day. And I think that it is more than essential for our well-being as mothers that we find a way to make this a part of our daily family routine. Just as, you have your routine, you might get up at 5:30 in the morning and get yourself ready. And then, for me, like my son gets usually up around 6:30. My daughter, I get up at 7. I'm trying to get him dressed before I've got to get her up. So he's already set before I get her up. So then I get her dressed, and then, it's breakfast, brush our teeth, make sure the backpack's packed, then shooing everyone out the door, everyone in the car, running my son to daycare, my daughter to school. And after I drop her off, I go straight to the gym. And other than potentially like a doctor's appointment, or something of that nature, like that is my routine. Like that is what I make a part of my day. And when people say, hey, what do you have in the morning? It's, that's a part of my day. Like that is a hard no. That time is filled. That time is for me. I take that time at the gym to work on myself, to better my health, and to decompress from the day before and just blare music, run on the treadmill, and just at the end of the day. Well, more like in the morning, but from the previous day. And I think that as moms, I know it might be hard to say, oh, well, I can't take that 20 minutes. My day's too crazy. And it becomes this thing where they're like, it seems more stressful to try to make that time for yourself that we come up with excuses to not take that time. But self-care isn't just some buzzword we throw around and use as an excuse to go take 20 minutes to the spa or, take 20 minutes in a bubble bath. I mean, it is an absolute lifeline for moms that we need to dive into its importance in regards to mental health and how much it can impact your overall wellness. I think that in today's world, we have a larger issue with mental health that we've kind of been trying to shove down and hide. I think that it's taboo for us to try to talk about that mental health, talk about the things we're struggling with, that we're always supposed to be strong mom, that we're always, cheering all of the kids on. We're not struggling. We're keeping a clean house. We're always keeping up with the laundry, and setting this like standard that keeps getting higher and higher and higher. And that bar just keeps going up and up and up. And eventually that bar breaks. Like eventually we just can't reach it. And then we feel like we're failures as moms. And I think that especially in today's society where life has gotten more chaotic, more busy with after school activities and homework and other things of that nature, that we find a way, not necessarily to lower the bar, but to give ourselves grace in regards to reaching that bar. I think that we need to open the floor for discussion in regards to the things as mothers that we struggle with. And I know sometimes we make jokes about struggling with laundry. It takes 15 minutes to collect it and throw it in the washer, takes 2 to 3 days to wash it, and it takes about 7 to 21 days to put it up. And I know we all make that joke, but it is the reality. Like we sometimes just have so much going on that things get behind. And I think we need to normalize that. It's okay that there's toys on the floor for an extra night, or that, the dishes sit in the sink for an extra 20 minutes so that we can have a little bit of time to ourselves. I think that we really need to be more supportive in general, that when a mom is struggling and having a hard time, that we embrace that mother versus trying to shame that mom or be like, oh, well, why can't you, do it all? I think that we try to judge and compare sometimes each other's lives. And I think that what we really need to do is, instead of comparing our life to someone else's life, that we really need to figure out ways to help support and encourage each other. One of the things that I really want to achieve with Be Healthy, Be You is creating a powerful mom tribe. I want all of my clients to be able to be cheerleaders for each other and to have a safe space where they can receive support from like-minded mothers that understand this journey of motherhood, this journey of losing 20 pounds, this journey of being healthier, of having more energy, of, focusing to get more sleep at night. And that it creates strong friendships and strong bonds, and a place where when you are struggling or when you're having a bad day, you can, talk to this tribe of women and say, you know what? This is what I'm having to go through today. This is what I'm struggling with today. And having a group of cheerleaders that can say, you know what, mom, you got this. I think sometimes we, especially post-COVID, have become a little bit too isolated, and we've lost some of this tribe mentality because we had to spend so much time away from everybody else. We had to spend so much time socially distancing from other people, that we really need to work on rebuilding these tribes, rebuilding these relationships, and these supportive networks that help us on bad days. That mom that you can call and say, hey, I'm having a rough day. I kind of need a break from the kids. Can they come over and play for 20 minutes so I can breathe for 20 minutes? I think that we've forgotten how to do play dates and, help kind of pitch in and take care of each other. Earlier this summer, we went with some friends to a water park. And so it's one parent taking care of two children. And, I have a daughter who's fearless and can hit the height requirement of almost every ride that they have at the water park. And then a son who is little and has no fear, but is definitely not big enough to do all the things the sister wants to do. I mean, you've got to be 48 inches and he's not even 3 feet yet. And, it's hard sometimes doing that juggle and trying to take care of both kids. And what was nice about going with friends is with them having children the same age, we could divide and conquer. And I think that that is something that we really need to get back into practice of doing, is finding these tribes of people that we can get together and divide and conquer on taking care of ourselves, taking care of our kids, and decreasing the stress that we put on ourselves. And I know that some moms are going to watch this or listen to it and say, well, you know what? It's just, my life is just too chaotic. I don't have time for a coach. I don't have time for one more thing on my plate. I can't do this. I've got too much going on, or some other XYZ excuse you want to come up with that's going to pop into your head. I've been there. I've made all the excuses myself, which is why I've had this crazy yo-yo of a diet and weight gain and weight loss between kids and after kids. Is, I kept saying, no, I can't do this. Oh no, it's, I'm a bad parent if I take this time. Oh no, it's, I've got to do all these things. So my child has the amazing Pinterest lifestyle that, when she grows up, she doesn't feel like she missed out on anything. And I had to take a hard look at myself, and I had to kind of take a step back from all of that chaos and look at the hurdles and the obstacles and the setbacks that I had experienced, and kind of just go, you know what? Some of these things don't matter as much as I thought they did. These things aren't gonna ruin my entire child's, childhood. Like I think they're going to. And it was a hard thing to admit and a hard thing to face and to kind of say out loud. And I've had to do a huge mindset shift in regards to that. But that's why, as a health coach, I can help you try to find that 20 minutes and figure out how to find that balance and overcome those obstacles and those setbacks, those hurdles, those unique challenges that motherhood puts into your path of not achieving your health and wellness goals. And I want to turn whatever that obstacle is into a success story and be able to guide you into, moving into a less chaotic motherhood journey. And it's that thing where I think, as moms, if you look at the history of what was acceptable for physique and appearance for women, it has changed from decade to decade. And it's absolutely insane. I feel like for men and men's fashion and what's acceptable has not changed nearly as drastically as women. And, I think that sometimes what is sometimes socially acceptable appearance wise for women, that as mothers, we struggle to be like, oh my gosh, the social norm is I've got to be this or I've got to be that. We put all this pressure on ourselves. And I want moms to kind of push those social norms out of their head and out of their mindset and embrace their superwoman status. I don't think that health class nearly explained well enough, like all of the changes your body goes through post baby, especially if you nursed and what that does to your body. A C-section versus a natural delivery, and all that it does to you. And I think sometimes people put too much pressure on us as moms to snap back, and that just doesn't always happen post baby. Some people are genetically gifted and they manage to do it. And like you, I'm jealous and I wish my body could do that. But the reality is, my body can't. And it is what it is. But that doesn't mean I use it as an excuse to still not make my health a priority and my goals for what I want for my body and what I want it to look like. And as a coach, I really want to connect your goals to what a new reality for you can look like. I basically want to create Mom 2.0. That it's not new year, new you. It's just kind of like an upgrade. In a sense. I mean, I want you to become a part of this mom tribe and harness the support that they can provide for you, and embrace taking moments for yourself and doing that mindset refocus. And as a health coach, I really want to give you the tips and the tricks to decrease the chaos and decrease the stress and take some of that motherhood pressure off of you, because we are all experiencing burnout. And I think that it is growing exponentially. And it's sad. And I think it's something that we really need to discuss. And I actually have my friend Cassie. She was a sorority sister and a roommate back in college, who's really doing a self-discovery journey in relation to mental health, and hits on some really sensitive points that we all honestly need to hear. And I look forward to that podcast coming out down the road. Her and I are having a really good, difficult discussion in relation to motherhood and mental health. And I really want moms to remember every single day that they are strong and resilient and capable of achieving incredible and amazing things. You know, I want you to never forget to put yourself first, to prioritize your mental and your physical health, your emotional well-being. And like I said, I really want to create this amazing mom tribe that just is, for a lack of sounding hippie and granola-y, like a big hug. You know, it's just a bunch of moms that you can come to and just be like, today was awful. And my kid went to school with 2 different shoes on, and I forgot the lunchbox and I had to go run back and put it later. And that we can just embrace that mom and give them a hug and be like, you know what? It is what it is. We've all been there. It's happened. It's not a big deal. Your kid will survive. We are still good mothers. And we will try again tomorrow and brush it off, breathe it in, breathe it out, and move on. And I really hope that I can help moms feel like the super moms that they are every day. And if that is something that you are struggling with, I would love for you to reach out and talk to me, because I really want to empower moms to make themselves a priority. That is the only thing I really want to achieve in life, is to make moms feel amazing, on so many levels. So with that being said, I hope that everyone has a wonderful and a blessed day today. Like I said, some things that are coming up. We're going to talk about mental health and momhood with my friend Cassie. And then I also have my friend Kendra, who's going to be coming on as well on another podcast. And we're going to be talking about emotional eating. There are so many things emotionally and mentally that are wrapped into how we relate to food, that sometimes, with no matter how much dieting we may do, if we don't take care of that emotional aspect of it, we're really not going to make huge strides in changing poor habits. Um, and I want to say bad habits, they're just ones that need to be slightly altered. So that is some fun stuff we've got coming up. I appreciate everyone for joining me today on the Fit and Fabulous show with Emily. I hope to have you guys check back in a couple of or in a week. Bye.